Do longer trips on your Harley Pan America have you singing the backside blues? Welcome back to the garage, everybody. I'm Mike, and today I want to give you a quick review on my thoughts of the Harley Davidson Sundowner seat that I put on my Pan America. Now, the main problem that I had with the stock seat is the fact that this foam is kind of firm, and that coupled with the relatively narrow shape of the seat, right? We're only about 10.5, 11 inches across tops at the widest part of the seat here. And then you can see as it tapers, and then it has this transition, this ridge right here where it transitions down. And because of the firmness of the foam, I found that that ridge would dig in underneath my thighs after a while. And you can see even the passenger seat here kind of has that same design where you're going to have that ridge right there. Now, of course, swapping the seat on this bike is super easy. You just turn the key down there to release the rear seat, and then the front one just slides off, and then we just slide in the new one. Of course, I'm using the lower mounts. And there we go. The Sundowner seat is a little bit softer than stock. That foam has just a little bit more give to it. But the biggest benefit, in my opinion, is that you have a much wider seating area. In fact, we measure 14 inches across, right, all flat, and eliminates those pressure points that I was getting with the stock seat. So after about 1,500 miles of riding on this seat, what are my thoughts? Well, no question about it, I like this a lot better than the stock one. I have no issues riding all day long, comfort-wise, with this seat compared to the stock one that I could only go about 45 minutes at a time, give or take. But there is one issue I have with this seat, and that is there's a tendency to slide forward, right? So I find myself, after sitting and riding for a while, scooching myself back, pushing myself back off the pegs to get me back where I want to be and not scooched up against the tank. And the reason for that is twofold. One, the material on the Sundowner is a much smoother, slippier surface compared to the stock one, where that vinyl is kind of has a grippy texture to it. I really wish they would have stuck with that same material for this seat. And that issue is made even worse by the fact that the Sundowner seat has more of a forward slope to it than the stock one. I took some measurements comparing the two, and the Sundowner seat slopes forward 5 degrees more than the stock one does. The other question that I've seen come up with this seat is, does it put you any lower than the stock one does? And I'm going to say it does not. I took seat height measurements, again, with the bike in a wheel chock, not up on its center stand, and I measured just about 32.75 of an inch from the ground to the top of the seat, both with the stock one and with the Sundowner. What about the passenger seat, Mike? You haven't said a word about that. Well, unfortunately, I do not ride with the passenger. I fly solo. But I do have the passenger seat on here just to complete the look. I will say that it is wider, again, wider than the stock one. You eliminate that ridge. It has that same, the same foam. So if you do ride with the passenger, they should be happier with the Sundowner seat compared to the stock one as well. So there's my thoughts on the Harley Davidson Sundowner seat for the Pan America. The best seat always comes down to your personal preference. So if you've tried a different aftermarket seat option for this bike, drop a comment down below. Let me know, what did you like about it? Is there anything you don't like about it? Ride safe out there, and thanks for watching.